Hello, here from the porch of Susanna's house at St. Christopher Camp and Conference Center. I'm Bob Lawrence, blessed to serve as the executive director there for now almost 7 years. I'm happy to welcome you here this morning at Diocesan Council, or the afternoon, depending on when this video gets shown. But I am standing on Susanna's house porch, a new addition to St. Christopher that provides yet another place for people to encounter the holy here in this special place. This year we're doing something a little bit different with this video offering to share about the ministry at St. Christopher. In years past, we've kind of highlighted a special focus of an area of ministry, such as the prayer center or summer camp or environmental ed program. This year, though, we wanted to offer you stories from you. Over the last few months, we've been collecting stories that people have shared about the impact that this special place has had on their lives, their favorite likes, their first time they may have come, ways in which they've encountered God through the power of His Holy Spirit, or met Jesus Christ perhaps for the first time. You're going to hear some of those stories in the video that will follow this introduction. But it's not completed. We would welcome any one of you that are here hearing this right now to visit us at our booth in the display area here at Convention and to continue to share some of those stories, because we know that God continues to write His story in the hearts and minds and lives of so many that we're blessed to welcome here in this special and holy place. So please come visit our booth, but right now enjoy hearing some of your stories that God's been writing on your hearts. Thank you.
This is a holy place, it's a spiritual place. You can feel the presence of God at this place.
I always say this is God's vacation home, and I'll be glad to spend my vacation with Jesus anytime.
When I cross that line, it's just a special time between me and God.
It's peaceful, and as you drive over the hump coming into the camp, you're on holy ground.
And you turn into the driveway of St. Christopher. This marvelous peace that you find when you turn in there, and it just takes you away from the world.
You turn into that entrance, and you're on holy ground.
My favorite part was probably going to the swamp area in the Maritime Forest, which was awesome.
The chapel, to stand there or sit and be able to see the water and see God's creation out of that window.
My favorite thing is probably just like how you can see all the stars at night, because you can't really see the stars in a city because there's lights, but when you're here there's not really many lights on the island, and so you can see all the stars, and it's really cool.
My favorite thing is probably the people and just the atmosphere at camp, along with the fact that it's on the beach and it's in the estuary. Just everything with that put together makes it paradise, next to paradise.
In addition to the presence of God here, it's the physical campus, the nature, the beach, the ocean, the flora around here. It's just beautiful.
I really liked the forest walk we did. It was fun to see all the things that God has created and what He's done, and to learn about it too.
My favorite thing about St. Christopher is, of course, the beauty of the place. But to be honest, it's about more than the beauty of the place. It's about the people who live and work there, and also who come to minister there as well. It's a place where I see God at work through those people, and I've seen Him change lives there. I've seen people saved and who've come to know the Lord Jesus for the first time through the ministries that happen at St. Christopher.
The prayer center is a remarkable place. We've attended some of the morning services there, but also to simply go in and sit and feel the Spirit surrounding us and also filling us.
We've had one of my favorite meals, which is pizza in the cafeteria, and we had this amazing nature walk yesterday.
I like the campfire and all the songs that we sing, and the rec hall and the games that we play, and all the arts and crafts that we do.
I've liked that we get to do a lot of things with nature, and you kind of get to explore a lot of things that you don't normally get to see.
It's all of my friends like put in one group, so it's pretty cool. And the beach it's cold, but it's perfect.
I first came to St. Christopher as a new youth minister in the diocese in 1997. I was blown away. I came from Charlotte and grew up in Birmingham, Alabama, and so to come to a place as idyllic as that on the beach with the ocean and the dolphins and the live oaks and all of that was just a treat.
First came to St. Christopher when I was just a little child. I suppose the first time was when my church, St. John's on John's Island, used to have picnics out there in the summer.
I first came to St. Christopher in the fall, or the end of the summer of 2002 for a youth minister's overnight.
My first visit to Camp St. Christopher was for Curcio, and I believe it was around 1993 I was a participant. And as soon as I came onto campus, I knew the place was special.
In 1986, I think it was, my husband proposed to me here. In 1986, we met down here. And we were both counselors at a junior session or a senior session, I can't remember. And the next year is when he proposed. And we were in the chapel of the Palms. Went inside, and there were no chairs, so we sat in front of the altar. And that's where he proposed. And he gave me this necklace I have to show. It's the shape of a fish, because it's St. Christopher and his fish and all that. I love it.
My most special memory of St. Christopher was that first trip. I remember being there and meeting my future wife, Melissa Bennett, and just have happy memories, fond memories of that time and how the Lord has used that to bless me tremendously over the past 15 years.
Out on the boardwalk in front of the Chapel of the Palms, I asked my wife to marry me and proposed to her there, and the very first thing we did after getting engaged is we went into the Chapel of the Palms and prayed for the Lord to bless our marriage and our family that would come.
Whether it's the buildings, whether it's the people, whether it's the beach itself, whether it's beautiful landscaping, it's just amazing to be here. I believe if I didn't have St. Christopher in my life, I would not be the person I am today.
I see the Lord's presence just everywhere I go at camp, from the people to the dining hall, from the beach and the staff members to the rec hall. His love is pouring all over this place, and it's totally evident anything you look at.
Camp has definitely brought me closer to God. It's shown me that I can just be myself and God takes me as I am. Whereas where I'm kind of like in the real world, I don't feel as comfortable being myself and don't feel as accepted as I am. So camp has really showed me that being who I am is okay.
I remember some formative times when I was camp director there where the Lord really taught me to rely upon Him and to trust in Him and to grow my faith in Him as well. And so I would say it's had an incredible impact on my own life as well.
The Holy Spirit speaks loud and clear at that place. It's one of those spots on earth that removes some of the extraneous noise that we function every day in and don't realize how it competes for our thoughts.
St. Christopher is a gift from God. It is something that God has given us and is using powerfully, and I think we need to support it more.
It's just important to me and my family. My children are both active there, and it's just a special, special place for all the Weldons.